Hey y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So another recent reads. Getting caught up still. First up is the first in the Rose Campion series by Gardner. Rose Campion and the Stolen Secret. What an incredible story. I absolutely love this. It's Victorian historical fiction, detective style, mystery middle grade at its finest. It's had all my favorite things. Plus, atmospheric theater full of so much heart and that found family feel. Also, not the theater that does typical plays, but all manner of amazing acts. There's also murder, mudlarks, blackmail, secrets, and more. Superb storytelling that is so gripping it's hard to ever put it down. Most endearing and lovable characters. Just highly recommend. I love this book. And then continuing on reading my Beth McMullen books. Secret of the Storm. This is the start of either a new duology or a new series because the next one comes out in March. And this is now the 6th book I've read by this author, I think. So I think it's safe to say she has quickly become a favorite. And I love this one the most out of all of them. Cassie's such a great kid. She's been through so much already. She's grieving her dad's death, plus the feelings of loss over a mom who has such great anxiety and has retreated into herself after her husband died and stopped being a mom, pretty much. Cassie is lonely too. Losing her dad, her mom being a shell of her former self, and then her longtime best friend not wanting to be her friend anymore, but be with the popular girls. So the friendship she makes with Joe is just a great thing for both of them. He's pretty lonely in many ways as well. They have the best dynamic. Albert has my whole heart, and the bond he and Cassie share, he saves her too in many ways. There's also a out there professor ranting about crazy theories, or are they? FBI looking types that keep weird stuff hush hush, Men in Black Dragons Division vibes, and more. Every detail about this, from the librarian and professor, the symbol, the storms, Albert, all of it is so imaginative. I can't wait for that sequel, especially after that incredible ending. Just highly recommend. And then I read The Lion of Lark-Hayes Manor by Aubrey Hartman. That comes out in May, and the author had sent me an advanced reader's copy. Thank you so much. This was just such a highly imaginative and incredible story. I absolutely fell in love with this. This old manor is so amazing in itself, and the old magic and the nymph. Poppy's a great kid with a big imagination and a need for magic, and to be seen and heard. So her magical Samson, who is trying to find his own voice and fly, is just like her in many aspects. It's such a beautiful relationship they share. This has so many incredible underlying messages. One thing I loved was how the author shows through the story the importance of books. Many people have a book that changed them or impacted their life in some way. And what if that book never existed? What would that change about the outcome of their life? Such a thought-provoking read that shows the power of books and how amazing they really are. Not just books, but stories in general. It doesn't even have to be a published book. It could be a journal of your family members or anything. Gripping, whimsical, engaging writing that sucks you in. Poppy's such an endearing, lovable, and relatable MC, and she's living the kid dream in some ways. The kid who feels invisible but comes alive in the books they read, always going on amazing adventures through books, then actually living her own magical adventure in real life. Love this. I can't wait for the next book, especially after that ending. Highly recommend. I just love this so much. The third book in Matt Haig's Christmas series, Father Christmas and Me. This is a naked hardback. This was a great third book. I was so happy we continued on with Amelia's story, following the ending of what transpired at the end of book 2. This still had characters you loved to pieces, so much imagination, magic, underlying messages, and even an evil plot of sorts. And perhaps even an Easter bunny. Just love this. Great atmospheric Christmas read. Beautiful illustrations throughout. Just great time with it. Then I read the sequel to Doodleville, Art Attacks by Chad Sell, and Penguin Random House or Random House Kids Graphic sent me this. Thank you so much. It was such a fun sequel, and I enjoyed this one more than the first. We've gotten to know our characters pretty well at this point, and our main character, Drew, has had some pretty great growth since the first book, and I just love her and her friends so much. Not to mention her doodles and her friends' art, and even the museum art. The plot of this one was so good. I had such a fun time with these. Such a different, imaginative idea for a story, and the art by the author, Chad Sale, is just beautiful too. And then I read the next in the Aveline Jones series by Phil Hickes, The Vanishing of Aveline Jones. It was so good to be back with Aveline and Harold in this third book. This has quickly become my favorite series. Each book is deliciously spooky, each in different ways than the last. I even think this is my favorite of the series so far. The detail and storyline of this, the location at the uncle's house and surrounding town, were also fascinating and gripping. I flew through this. The backstory, what happened to the uncle of this town and a certain spot specifically there, and more was just phenomenally done. The new friend we make was also such a great addition. I hope this series continues for a long time. I truly can't get enough. Just highly recommend. I'm just going to put these together. They're just tiny books that go in that Christmas series by Matt Haig. I read The Truth Pixie by Matt Haig, and then The Truth Pixie Goes to School. And they're just very quick, like one sitting reads, full of great illustrations with one of my favorite characters from the Christmas series, The Truth Pixie. And I read them both together in one sitting. They were just cute, fun, short reads that gave me a little more time in this world with, like I said, one of my favorite characters from the Christmas trilogy, The Truth Pixie. Just had a blast with these. Quick reads, great messages, beautiful illustrations. Then I read the second, and I think it's Maya and the Rising Dark, or just Maya series by Rena Barron. Maya and the Return of the Godlings. And this was just as great as the first book, if not better. I just felt even more in love with these characters with this one. Like I said, not just with Maya and her friends, but the side characters too are also good. The amazing parents and guardians, teachers, neighbors, love the twins and their tulips, and more. Still such amazing sense of community, neighborhood, and family too. This one had even more action, danger, suspense, adventure, atmosphere, and just more of everything. The best humor, that edge of your seat, high stakes, race against time feel, and some incredible twists in here as well. Highly recommend. Such a great book. Then I read My Big Heart-Shaped Fail by Cindy Callaghan, and the author had sent me this unsolicited. It was just a surprise, and then so I finally read it, and it was just such a fun, cute, relatable tween read. Just so many great messages in here and issues many tweens can relate to with middle school friendships and life in general. Had a fun time with this. That's an interesting idea for a story. And then I read the second in the Rose Campion series by Gardner, Rose Campion and the Curse of the Doomstone. So beautiful. Such an amazing second book. That just made me fall even more in love with these incredible characters, the writing and the story. Love the direction this one took. All the twists and turns. Some amazing acts at the theater in here. New amazing characters to meet, including a whole new amazing cast of suspects to go with the incredible new murder mystery. This one kept me guessing, and I had to keep reading. Couldn't put it down. Loved it so much. Just perfect historical fiction, Victorian detective style murder mystery with the theater aspect in it and just so many things. It's just so incredible. Alright, y'all, that's it for this video. Another quick one. Have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.